They became clusters.
Yeah, but yeah,
Clusters, cluster fucks, injecting disinfectant into their veins. The Americans were weird during that time.
it's okay. A lot of them did die, so bit of bleach in the gene pool. Who gives a fuck?
Plague, the Black Plague, that went away without a vaccine. So did half of Europe, but okay.
We're still recovering.
Listen, again, lads, long-term plan here. Let America ravage itself, and it's perfect for us to come back and make it better.
See, at this point now, it makes so much sense as to why all the zombie apocalypse movies do take place in America, because the
Yeah,
rest of the world can follow instructions.
There is
exactly.
The rest, if there was a worldwide zombie outbreak, a worldwide zombie outbreak, everywhere else actually would probably have it under control within, like, say, 3 to 8 months, right? I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you 3 to 8 months, okay, to get things back to normal, whereas America would be like ravaged.
But to be
Joseph
fair, to
Joseph
be
Quinn is
fair,
still running
not
around with a cap.
not one of those zombie movies showed the reality of what would actually happen, which is the fact that there would be Americans sitting there going, "No, there's no zombie apocalypse. It's a hoax. The government
It's
are
all
making
a
it up.
hoax.
Why they're
Liberals.
getting fucking chewed on."
I have the slogan already. I have the hashtag. My bite, my choice.
My
I
bite,
gen-
my chomp.
I genuinely believed, like, COVID, all that. Congratulations, well done, everyone. Well done, we also wrote. But before that, I was like, these zombie apocalypse things, they're just not realistic enough. No, yeah, it's actually not. It would happen faster,
Yeah,
much
Yeah,
faster.
it's
yeah.
it is actually, it is one of those things that has, like, now you're at the point where it's like, great, yeah, so it just goes to show that we are all doomed. Even
People
in an
are,
alien invasion at this point now, I'd be like, "Do you know what? Yeah, take them.
please,
You want me to
please,
say just
Yeah.
actually,
leave, just just leave Michael D. Higgins,
if there's
and
any,
you could take the rest of them."
if there's any
I do
Sky
like
Daddies up there, we're ready. We're ready.
I do like the idea of in the zombie apocalypse in real life, the notion of Joe Rogan sitting there on his podcast, drooling and muttering brains, and nobody noticing anything different.
That's
I was just gonna
exactly.
say that is his podcast now, isn't it?
Yeah, I was
No,
about to say yeah, and
No,
that's all the people that listen to him.
no,
in the
Jamie, he wouldn't. I know exactly what he was saying. Alpha brains.
Um, well, with the big cigar in his mouth, because obviously a man smoking a cigar is like the most powerful symbol of masculinity, and definitely doesn't look like he's smoking a massive cock. Definitely doesn't look like that at all. Because that would be, do you know what? That would be really gay. Wouldn't that be really gay if he just kept having a cigar in his mouth and sucking on it? That'd
Have
be
you
awful
This is
for
seen?
when
him.
Joe Rogan was just the host of Fear Factor, having contestants drink, like, blitzed cow testicles.
Mm.
They got cancelled because they were trying to make people drink cum.
That's a
Which is
bit
also
gay.
quite gay, actually, when you think of it. Like, geez, Joe Rogan's awfully gay, isn't he? Like, when you think about it, like,
Don't
But
don't look
can we
at
actually
his.
agree that Fear Factor was a class show at the time?
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, half
Fear
the
Factor
shit,
was great.
like,
Car crash TV.
yes, they made them consume this shit, but I don't watch it, but is I'm a celebrity, get me out of here, not on TV right now, doing exactly the same thing.
They are, yes, to an extent, right?
They're the health and
Because
safety.
at least on Fear Factor, they used to get the two trucks and they used to have them driving side by side and make the contestants, all right, jump it. Jump right across. Where's the safety harness? We're not going to put a harness on you. Either you jump it or you fucking don't and you're out of the contest.
here's
But
one
did
for you,
I'm a
right?
anyone
celebrity.
die?
I'm a celebrity. They put the safety harness on them. And
Really,
I'm not going to
really
lie, I love watching I'm a Celebrity.
should.
Look,
Absolutely should.
here's one for you, right? Now, Jamie, no cheating now because you were in the year 2009. Top rated TV show in America in 2009. Go.
Um,
Break?
2009.
No. Wait, yeah, no, Breaking Bad? Is that it? That would have been out.
I would have went animated.
Or Mad Men would have been big at the time. Desperate Housewives could have still been around. Fuck,
Suits might have started.
that was never the biggest, though.
Yeah, it had a decent following for some strange reason.
So
Mm.
I have two answers here. So the top answer is a reality TV show, but I do have an actual series as
It's
well.
not the
That will
okay. The real
Oh,
world was
God.
over at that
You're
point.
looking at
American
the same
Idol.
I'm looking at.
American Idol, Jamie, you say?
Yes, or
Really?
America's Got Talent.
American
Those
American
Idol.
kind of shows were big at the time.
Yes.
American Idol. What's the actual TV show?
NCIS.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah. That.
Fuck yeah.
Pretty cool.
Um,
Although police procedurals were very much having their day.
Case in point, actually, The Mentalist was second of that.
Mm.
Then
Is that Simon
CSI
Baker.
and Grey's Anatomy. The top-
Is
and-
Simon Baker the Mentalist?
Yes, yes.
Yep.
So yeah, if you're looking for your top 5 there, that would be Ensis, The Mentalist, CSI, Grey's Anatomy, and 2.5 Men.
Charlie Sheen was still in 2.5 Men at that point, wasn't he? He hadn't gone Tiger
It
Blood
was
yet.
pre-Tiger.
Yeah,
Any
pre-Tiger
show-
Blood, yeah.
Any show that is willing to give us accurate goth representation has my vote. Thank you.
That's fair. That's agreed. That's agreed.
Do love me a bit of Polly.
Mm-hmm.
She was like in her 40s doing that. Like, a woman did not age.
Everyone, do yourselves a favor. Vote goth. Stay dead.
That's actually what we're missing. Actually, when you think about it from politics, like European politics generally, there is no Gothic party. You know, kind of way like you have their roots are
Just
ingrained
keep
in
forgetting to
Europe.
leave the graveyard, or in our case, the central bank.
I think they just
They-
don't care
they
enough.
moved-
That's the problem.
the
They
second
just
they moved-
they are apolitical beasts. Like
They got lost. When they moved the central bank down the quays, they all got lost along the
Yeah,
way.
we still haven't found them all yet.
is that why the plaza's now reopens to try and bring? Look, we've given you more space and
We have
donuts.
We've donuts. Come on, come on, come on, come on,
Back.
come on,
Coffee shops that are around you.
Look, we're opening a Hot Topic around the corner. Come on,
I
you
would
got
fucking run like the fucking wind.
Just Andrews Lane now just becomes like a little Seattle or something. It's like a little Hot Topic. Here's your Doc Martens.
I mean, occupy fucking Dame Street.
to be fair, yeah.
Got a little bit Antifa-y for a while there, lads.
Mm.
Got it fucking interesting. There was
Now
a
it's
certain-
Kane versus Undertaker.
It
We've
is.
just ran it. We've just ran out of opponents, and now we're just facing off our tag team partners.
No, this is legit. This is part of the storyline. Kane is under the spell of the urn, and we have to break the curse.
I genuinely love how much of the Undertaker and Kane's careers that sums up. Literally just like, oh, now it's Kane versus the Undertaker.
Again.
But now
Great.
Kane's not wearing a new hat.
She was a great feud. Undertaker versus Mankind.
Yeah.
I actually could have done it without the wrestling. If they just did the promos all the time, I would have been happy.
Glasses were fantastic. So many gimmicks.
What are you talking
Great man
about?
for the final.
They're all completely different. Fucking dare you. That's the Foley brothers.
That's on.
No, but even just the character of Mankind and Undertaker.
Hmm.
You have your Boiler Room Brawl, you have your Buried Alives, you have your Hell in the Cells.
To be honest with you, they actually had probably one of the best feuds ever.
Hmm.
And before Hell in a Cell, Mankind always won.
Yeah.
He was the only one who was brought in as a threat who constantly beat The Undertaker.
Do you know what was his? Okay, we can't put Mankind against The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Ever.
Yeah.
Every other day of the week, you can beat sex on Holy Sunday. Alright?
I think though it is kind of a
Mania
testament
is his
as to
birthday.
how it is a testament though as to how much Mark actually liked working with Mick, to the extent where he was like, yeah, I'll put him over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll continuously put this guy over. I like him.
That
Even though
feud
it's
is forever stuck in my head. I had the VHS of SummerSlam 96 when I was a kid. But the whole thing of The Undertaker being the light in the world of darkness. and mankind, the darkness in the world of light. Always stuck with me.
Holy cow! Would you look at that?
Fighting for custody of their child, Paul Bearer. You've seen Kramer versus Kramer. You've seen nothing yet.
I think I missed that ladder match between them, which is the custody of Paul Bearer match. As
They
SummerSlam.
actually had him in a shark cage, suspended above a ring. Don't forget at one
Big fucking
point.
shark match.
It was the
Literally how the
first-
boiler room brawl ended.
Yeah.
Hold on, there was a match where Paul Bearer was suspended in a shark cage.
Yeah.
Who was that between? Was it Kane and Undertaker?
Well, there was the one where it was a concrete crypt one where he was like being
No, he
buried.
was
That was
put in
the-
a shark cage, literally the cage above the ring, a la China.
It was because they had the shark cage, and I remember because they were talking about it on a behind the scenes show before. They're like, we actually had to use it at one point because we had it and we needed to get the use out of it, so we threw Paul Bearer in it.
Undertaker versus Mankind.
Hmm.
Survivor Series.
Why do I remember the absolute dread shit, and I cannot comprehend anything that happened post the incident of 2007? Like, honestly, I really checked out there and then.
I think you just have there's a point at which like it just stayed in your memory and it's there.
Yeah. Like, I remember shit from... Do you know what actually I do find hilarious, though, as well, is when you look back at, like, old wrestling shows, specifically old WWF shows, and you realise how many... I know we kind of topped on it with, like, the Extreme Championship, like that one, but it's like, when you actually look at some of the shows and you realise, Jake the Snake and Stone Cold Steve Austin technically had feuded.
Yeah.
Like, the King of the Ring tournament, and then you're just like, Jesus, they seem like two superstars from two very different eras.
Yeah,
that
you're
they put
right.
into it, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, actually, like
Ricky
it really-
Steamboat and Chris Jericho. That was one. That's a real
Like-
generation game. That is like
A match genuinely happened on Raw between Mr. Perfect and Brock Lesnar.
fabulous.
Yeah. It's like also as well, it's because like you, like when I think of, for example, when I think of like, oh my God, what's his name? Jesus Christ, Rick Rude, for
Yeah.
example.
Mhm.
Right? When I think of Rick Rude, like it's like, oh no, he was a wrestler in the 80s, and like that was it. And then you're like, oh shit, he was actually in DX for a bit.
Mhm.
What the fuck? And then he went to WCW for a bit. I was like, Jesus Christ. Then you remember the whole
Sting.
shit with Lloyd's. You're like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
British
I think
Bulldog is
Sting's a
another one.
perfect example of that though. Like Sting is coming from WCW to AEW. Like he's had so many interactions with just various different like eras of wrestling. Like it's mad. Like he's the same person who's like wrestled Larry Sabisco and Darby Allin.
You skip his entire TNA run.
Well, no, I'm just going from point A
From
to
the
point
beginning
B.
to the finish.
Yeah, like
No,
the,
you went
the
you
TNA
went
bit
from
is-
point A to point D.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm saying like that's like from one point to the other point. Like that's like how long.
Do you know what it is? It's actually one of those things is when you realise Sting and the Ultimate Warrior
Mm,
they were tag team partners when they started.
yeah.
And then you're just like, because in my mind I'm like, no, Sting was always Crow Sting to me.
Mm.
And then you
No.
remember, oh no, he was actually
Surfer Sting.
like he was like very Surfer Sting. Is like, Jesus Christ, like it's like, Jesus. So how long have you been fucking going on?
I always kind of wonder about that.
So-
Like, yeah, it's always when like
Sting,
when we jump
Sting was a
into
wrestler before I was born. And I
Yeah.
presume that means before most of you were born.
yeah.
Like, it's when you find out that Anne Frank and Martin Luther King share the same year of birth. They are two very fucking different points of history.
Yeah.
Very different life bands there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but
okay.
it's just like when you and who was it? It was the art teacher we used to have every time she talked about Picasso. You're thinking, okay, Jesus, get over himself. It's the 1800s, and then you're like, no, it was the 80s, and you're like,
Yeah.
Dude, loving freak.
but the wrestling one always kind of gets me in a sense when you're like, Well, you started wrestling in Jesse the Body Ventura is a really great one actually. It's like you've
Actually,
been
that's a great
wrestling
example.
since
Yeah.
since what, the 60s or 70s, and you still are like. We all watched the McMahon documentary, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That pissed me so
don't
much
like-
at how proud Hulk Hogan was, and saying to him, none of the boys were going to follow him in a fucking unit. So I told Vince, and we're just like, that's something to be proud of, you absolute.
I'm
Yeah.
alright.
Like, you were you're still gargling the cock. Like, the fuck off, like.
Hmm. Yeah, wrestling is just an altered state of reality. Like it is just it's not a real place where
Oh,
where
and Vince
where, like
McMahon is in prison.
it's-
Oh,
I'm
it definitely
expecting
is.
Hulk Hogan to be giving him fucking
Hulk Hogan
time.
is Hulk Hogan is the quintessential boomer. It's like
Yeah.
I could improve my situation slightly by screwing over everyone else.
I think like isn't that what they said even in the documentary? Like wrestling is an American dream. It's an American
Yeah.
like kind of like it is a manifestation of American culture all wrapped up in one thing, for good and for bad. And the gas thing is that people who don't grasp that think that it's just America is just brilliant, whereas us with our like so like
It's a
champagne
lot.
socialist European minds go, yeah, no, actually, it's actually bad, and you should
And
feel bad.
we're actually going to use this PowerPoint presentation to show you why it's so bad.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
That's a
out,
Venn diagram. Have you ever seen
out
them
of the-
before?
out of the three art forms that America should claim outright, jazz, stand-up comedy, and professional wrestling.
Hmm.
Oh, the elbow connect.
So one of these things is not like the other, but all of them are pretty fucking dodgy. Jazz is the good one. Jazz is the good
Actually,
one.
part of me was thinking, should we be putting jazz into that?
Exactly.
But again, like you're talking about the altered, like the kind of jarring thing about like almost like a Mandela effect of like, look, this thing like got jazz. Like there was a point like where jazz was like considered like anti-establishment music because it was just pure chaos. Like it is literally ADHD.
I think it's
fucking
also
fast form.
because of the type of people that they saw playing jazz.
Yes, that too, yeah. But I think even in
Think of
in
the
Germany,
origin-
it was a huge anti-establishment thing. Like it was.
Think of the origin point of jazz.
Mm,
Think of the origin point of pro wrestling. Yeah.
mm.
Look what happens when you give the wrong people enough crayons, for fuck's sake. We could have had jazz in the National Stadium, but no. Had to let the crackers have another fucking go of it, bastard.
Are you saying, Brian, that in an alternate universe we have Angus McAnally going, the time is now, the place is here?
Like the lower pack man.
To
You're goddamn right.
JZZ.
Past is the past, John. There's only one
Over the
thing I
trumpet.
believe. You can't honestly be telling me you're gonna side with Orton. Funny.
Gone again.
And now James Rage is going to vomit at the idea of Jay Capray doing a sax solo.
Okay. A reunited evolution is what
Although,
everyone is dying to
his
see.
name would still work
Evolution
well.
never
Be
would
cool.
have existed without Dean.
Yep.
Randy, Triple H.
All
is
B
wrestlers
minor.
Also, actually, hold on. Sammy D would
Triple H.
also still work.
I hope you're not listening
Yeah,
to
to
his
be fair.
selfish ways. Look, guys.
Yeah.
Just
no.
the
I'm doing
trombone.
just fine on my own.
Just the trombone. just,
I'll team with Sean
just
for
think
the-
about what you just said there. Just.
No, that's the point.
And Randy and I
Xylophone.
Does
Yeah.
that make everyone happy?
Serious jazz. Yeah. Although,
Flute solo.
I really like the idea of comedy jazz. Like if comedy wrestling and now comedy
Mm.
jazz. I want to live in this timeline.
He's a liar.
Fully want
I'm
to
begging
live
you.
in a jazz-fueled world.
I think I'm gonna have to tap out because it's
It's
quite
starting
late
to
for
make
me
sense.
now.
It's starting to make sense.
we're at the crossover point where Amy's tapping out and Brian's activating.
Yeah, I was just like, I feel like he's drained me.
I'm here for it.
It's true,
Oh,
the
hello?
flannel.
That's that flute. Yeah, see.
My
Oh.
my battery just went battery saver is on.
Green Bay
there you go.
genius. It's cold there.
Look,
You left us going,
second-
hey, Amy.
this-
And the
The
Steve.
second you earnestly issued the phrase flute solo, you know you gotta kind of consider your life.
Do you know what? I think it was just the trombone that actually did it to me.
Yeah,
I was like,
probably.
and you're
Yeah.
done.
Trevor fucking Murdoch. Holy shit.
Lesser spotted Trevor Murdoch, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
And the dead Lance Cade.
The
Knew
only
someone was
person
dead.
out of the four men to hold the NWA world title.
What a man.
Oh, do you think Trevor Murdoch's gonna do a Canadian Destroyer?
I mean, he can try. Although he does actually do a fantastic name.
Right, okay, I'm gonna jump off
Okay.
the call. We'll chat to you later, and I will. Jesus, the feathered
Oh,
flies.
Feathered and
and
lethal.
ending it now wouldn't be bad. We're nearly at the 5 hour mark exactly.
We are.
Can
Well,
I wait the extra 45 seconds?
I don't know. Can you hang on that long? Can you deal with the raw, manly power of Trevor Murdoch?
Look at those mutton chops.
You know what? I mean, he's one of those. He's an acquired taste
Oh my fucking god! If we lived
that I
in
haven't actually
Jazzland,
acquired.
if we lived in Jazzland, imagine what the entrance music would be like.
I'd imagine someone would use Baker Street just for shits and giggles.
Oh, bare requirement, like I'd say.
The ace
I love
of
the-
double bass.
And we'll see you next time.
3, 2, 1.
Ding.